Hello there, my dear beautiful friends. So today we're going to be doing something very special. I just got this order from Sephora. Here it is. So I just ordered. This is the concealer by Fenty Beauty in the shade 495. As you can see, it's the darkest, most cool toned shade that you can possibly get. And now we're going to open it and see what's inside. There it is. So look at how much darker it is than my skin. And what do you think I'll be doing with it today? Concealing, perhaps, my dark circles so you can't really tell that they're there. I'm joking. I just did my foundation routine, but I didn't set it because I'm going in with a liquid product in this video to show you a high contrast contouring hack that really works the best. So I have this Fenty Beauty contouring stick. This is more or less for me in the shade Swedish number 10, which is cool toned, and it's kind of like a medium skin tone, so this is kind of good. But it's really not good enough because, first of all, these contouring sticks, they're made to be used on the go, and so if you're really looking for that precise, snatched, chiseled model cheekbones, like super snatched and super like that, this will not do the job. It's kinda gonna be kinda like a bronzer to warm up a little bit, but a more cool tone, but it's not gonna do the trick. You can watch my past videos when I use this. Yes, it helps a lot and it's easy to blend, but with a concealer it's better than with a dark foundation, obviously, because concealer moves around less. And plus, I never tried this formula, so I'm actually very excited to try it out. Let's open. Oh no, I'm just kidding, okay? We're going to be doing the contouring, so let's see. A little bit higher than I need to, because my cheekbone is, the bone is literally right here. And like literally like that A-line. I'm gonna do one side to show you the difference. For now, I'm gonna close this. By the way, it feels cooling on the skin for some reason. It's nice. And the beauty blender, what happened to my beauty blender? Let me just show you. So my dog right here, as you can see, here's a perfect example of the concealer placement that I was going to jokingly show you. See how nice he's like a foundation and concealer kind of thing. I'm just joking. Look at what he did to the sponge. This is by James Charles, Painted.co. This is really nice. So I have the one that I'm using, it's fine. But this one, this guy right here, let's not say names, stole, and look at what he did. I washed it afterwards many times, obviously. And right now I'm gonna take the scissors and cut this part and still use this part. You see, it's huge. I'm gonna be using it to blend out the contouring so that I can keep one sponge for foundation and the other one for contouring, blush, and stuff like that. This was my thought behind keeping a couple of them. But actually, it saved me from this tragedy because I really need this point to blend out my under eyes. And really, right here, my dog, he said, well, what do you need that point for the under eyes? Like, look at mine. Yours are just perfect dark circles as they are. Be like me. Anyway, let's thank my dog for his appearance in this video. So now let's take the scissors and try to cut this terrible part off. And hopefully I'm gonna have a bit of a straighter side to it. It's not gonna be that straight, it's gonna take a while for me to make it a bit nicer. And by the way, excuse me for the background noise, but I have an air purifier going on because I really can't breathe otherwise. So that's the that you might hear in the background because it's right next to me. I mean, I guess that this is the best that it's gonna get so far. And let's see if I can use this side because this concealer might have dried already to blend, and you blend upwards. Okay, let's see how nice. This is a really cool tone, as you can tell. See how nice this is going to look. Looks like a bruise in the mirror because it has a lot of purple pigment. It's almost like a blush too. Really nice and dark. You have to trust the process a little. Here, wherever I see puffiness, take it away. See? You can immediately see here, since I took away all the shadows from my face because I used the world's most full coverage foundation, can't really see. If I had no makeup on, you could at least see my cheekbones. Like this, you can maybe see them. Whereas like this, you can really see them. See? So, especially because I gained weight and I can't lose it right now. So I'm 20 pounds more than I usually am. So the face is naturally much more puffy. And this hack is really nice. Plus, I'm gonna wear a wig over top once the whole look is finished. And there's going to be a separate video for how I did my foundation, separate video for how I do my eyes and lips, and something extra creative, a bonus video. So subscribe to this channel, please. Like my videos, comment something down below, share my videos. Even copying the link helps a lot with my algorithm and stuff. Now let's use a clean side right here to kinda mend these two together. Then a little bit right here to brighten up, snatch up, and then tiny bit more of this dark. And when you're working with a dark foundation or concealer as contouring instead of the stick, you want to slightly reapply. Right now I'm gonna do this directly on the sponge, and I'm using this plate right here to blend so that I don't get my arms all the way dirty as usual. And so I'm gonna see, blending like this. Now it's hard to show. See, kinda like that. I'm gonna really blend it nicely into the sponge. And then gently, see how I cut out this, I don't know where to show you, sharp edge, and go a little bit more over. It requires a lot of patience, this method, but it's really the best one when you need the structure in your face and you just don't have it naturally because you either are too puffy that day or you gained weight like me, but you still want your cheekbones to be visible and they just vanished. And then a clean side to blend into the skin so that it's kind of like a shadow from within. You know what I mean? You're taking off a little bit, especially if you don't have acne, any problems on the cheeks, because my main concern area is always the nose. But the cheeks no, so you can actually take off with the clean side of the sponge some of that foundation so that you still have that pigment there, but your natural skin starts to shine through a little bit, and this really looks like a natural shadow. And by the way, if your cheekbones are naturally low, because mine are super high as you can see, you can use this technique to kind of go a little bit higher, because now I'm gonna show you where my actual cheekbone is. It's this, see? Well, I guess you can see. Yeah. So it's really hard with the contouring stick because it always drags it down no matter how much you blend upwards. here we're going to blend upwards and blend it all together, kinda. And then again, put more on where you want the line. Like you want the line to be there, but you want it to be blurred and blended. It will be easier to do with an eyeshadow and a little precision brush kind of, but that's with powder, and you really need that liquid underneath for the powder to stay, because powders, they just vanish after a second. So let me just warm up on my hand the product, maybe it's gonna be a little less tricky here. So this definitely doesn't look like a bronzer, thank God. I picked a dark enough of a shade this time, because even if it's cool toned, if it's not dark enough, it's still gonna just bronze you up in a way. I'm gonna pick up a little bit more of my foundation, take some off on my hand, and add some more. This is the world's most full coverage foundation, by the way, so it's better than a concealer, more full coverage definitely, and kind of like again and again, like over and over and over. And now I only did my cheekbone. Now this line is gonna be blurred with the blush, so wait for the blush placement. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go with the rest and kind of go here, which sticks out all the time. Add some more. It's actually faster and easier on the hair. And kind of go here and on the sides of the neck. And then you want to use a clean side to blend it nicely in with your skin. Then just go over and take some off for it not to be too exaggerated. But you can already see that you still have to keep perfecting it, but you can already kind of see the difference. If I go it's really snatched. Now you have to trust the process a little bit here. Now I'm gonna do the other side. I'm gonna try to speed this whole process up. I think I have to place it even higher. Yeah, let's stop there for now. I don't know if I should let it sit or not. Let's try to just try blending without letting it sit. Because I let it sit on the other side. Let's see what happens. You really have to stay there. Like you have to be very, very precise with this. Because otherwise you just are gonna have to either start over or keep covering up with your skin tone's foundations. Get that curve, making sure that you are not dragging it too much down. Here the path is to only blend outwards. See, so I already did a bit too much here, so I'm gonna go like that. I feel like I need more depth, so again, a little bit more. See, so you're really getting in there, building the depth. And the fact that I have this like darkest, the most more contrast than this is just not possible, because I'm using the lightest shade for my concealer and the foundation stuff, and then I'm using the darkest darkest shade for my contouring, and I'm super cool toned, so even the coolest tone of contouring will still look like a bronzer on me, unfortunately. So here I need to be very careful, but this one, this concealer right here by Fenty Beauty, I'm so positively surprised by actually how cool toned it is, to the point that it's actually working for me. See, so it actually looks like contouring. Because if I were to use the stick, which is kind of like in the color that should suit me, by the way, for comparisons, let's just roll it up and look at the comparison. So I'm just gonna swatch it for you here and here. So look at the comparison. Can you tell that this color right here, if I'm using like this one right here, and it looks like kinda like I used this. Like, can you imagine when I'm using this, it looks like literally a slight sunshine bronzed look. This is really on the go. Like, I could put it in my crease right now, but I don't want to disrupt stuff underneath for my eyeshadow. So I'm gonna leave it here for now. So here we're gonna build a bit more depth. Now I feel like this is absolutely perfect. They're so snatched. It's just crazy. Wow. So actually I'm feeling like I don't have to use the blush for now. I'm just gonna stick to the powder blush and I'll set this, or maybe I should kind of blend it in with a bit. Let me just try to blend it in with a tiny bit of blush. Let's see what happens. So here I have the painted blush and I got it in the darkest cool tone shade. Beautiful. The shade is called Wine Night. Wonderful. I really wanted this like red blush, and this might look like it's raspberry, dark raspberry, but it actually looks red on me because it blends in with the foundation. So this is the cream, this is the powder, and here the brush that it comes with. It's fantastic, again by Painted. Where is it? It's this one right here. Oops. It's double-sided, so this is for the liquid or cream, and this is natural bristles for the powder. It's actually perfect. So you can just dip in a tiny little bit. You can go on your hand, see, to like slightly dim it down, and then you kind of place it here, right in between these two lines, and then you go a little bit on the other side too. So there's a bit of streakiness in between that only the blush will take away. And I like to bring my blush all the way up to the temples. Now you can see how hollow my eyes look, so I really need some eye and eyebrow makeup, but that's for the next video. And then I'm gonna rebuild once again this depth here, because now there's the blush in between, so I'm just going ahead and rebuild the depth that the blush kind of took away. And then with the sponge, dim it down a little bit and kind of blend it, melt it all together, and a little bit of your foundation or concealer to kind of like correct whatever it is that you need to correct. And look at that depth. It might not look supernatural, but trust me, during the day it all wears off. Plus I'm gonna be setting my face with powder and foundation powder, which will cover some of this up. I really also wanna do this for a super snatched face, and up with that, and a little bit more depth here, and you kind of go and blend it out. Soften the line so that it looks natural. I feel like I really did the best job I possibly could with blending everything out. The face is snatched. Now I need to set it, and I'm going to set it with the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter powder in the shade 02 Butter, and I'm gonna come back to you. Okay, you guys, so now I set my face and I removed the excess powder and foundation off of the eyebrows, beauty mark, and the lips, and put a little bit of lip gloss. Now we can go in with the powders. So for powder, I don't have any like super dark powder except for eyeshadow, which I might want to try, because all I have is this bronzer by House Slaps Lady Gaga. You see that it's very light, so I might want to try this palette by what's it called, Morphe Ultra Lavender, because it's all like violet toned, and I'm seeing like some browns in here, so I might want to try it with like a small contouring brush. Let's see, not so small maybe. Let's see, I don't know, I think this one will do. So let's see which color I want to dip into. Let's mix a little bit of dark purple, tiny pinch of violet, this lighter brown, beige, pink, and like mostly this brown. Yeah, let's see what this concoction does. I washed my hands, but I'm gonna first mix it on my hand, see what color comes out. Yeah, I kinda like it, so I'm gonna pack it on the brush first. This is how I like to apply the eyeshadow. Let's see. Yeah, it's just so subtle. Perfect, so it's just absolutely perfect. Maybe with an even smaller brush. Yeah, it's really reinforcing the depth that got lost as I was setting with the powder. Now once I do my eye makeup, but you see this is already giving the Bella Hadid snatched vibes, which I love. Bring it down a little bit. Now for a photo shoot, this is just perfect. Or a video, anything, like it's perfect. In person, it looks like a bruise, okay? So to fix it a little bit and make it more human-like, even though I'm gonna be wearing a wig and stuff like that, I'm gonna take the bronzer, mix it on my hand, see it's already doing something nicer, and just kinda blend it out with the bronzer a little bit more, kinda wherever, less precisely. Just to warm it up a little bit, because it's literally looking like a bruise, which I don't mind really. And then with the powder puff, soften And I feel like it's okay. And now the powder puff is dirty. It's okay. So, if you really went overboard, you can always use foundation powder. I feel like it's okay. So now we need the blush for sure, and some sort of a blush that's gonna bring it back together. I could use an eyeshadow, but I feel like just following up with this painted blush. So let's dip into the powder. It's very thick. Ooh, and now I'm looking more alive. And just go over this whole situation. Make the bruise look like it's there on purpose. Because it literally looks like a bruise. Oh my god, but I'm that cool tone. Like if you want it to look like contouring, it might end up looking like a bruise. Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't have set it with such purple undertone. Even though now it looks like a gradient. It's going from like fuchsia to purple. But I think on camera it looks much warmer for some reason. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. I'm looking in the monitor, it's much warmer than it is here. I don't know. Let's see what it looks like in the end. Anyway, it kind of looks like I applied a bunch of blush on top. Like I really don't care. But the cheekbones are snatched, and that's what matters. Like, think of how much work went into this for it to look like, I have such snatched cheekbones. I didn't do any work for it. Oh my god, I just applied some darker blush. You know what I mean? Of course, you can then go in with some powder, perhaps some foundation powder. This is by Makeup Forever. Let's see if it just mutes it down ever so slightly. So this has coverage to it. Yeah, very much actually. Yes, as soon as you touch it up, as you're on the go, you're already kind of bringing it down, muting it. Still looks like a bruise. Oh my god, I think I put too much purple eyeshadow. Let me see if maybe I can just take a warmer shade, like a yellowish, yeah, I'm not gonna find one in this palette. I need to take another one. So this is another one that is going to be in one of the unboxing hauls. I have to spoil the surprise, I guess. I painted. I love this palette. Basic canvas. Here we have a warm roll. This yellow looks like it's gonna be perfect. It has to be muted down with something. Let's see. Let's try, yes, yellow. Let's see what it does. Let's try on the hand first. Will it like, or maybe the orange. A bruise is a bruise, you know what I mean? Like, it's really hard. How about some reddish, burnt orange? No. Let's see if my skin tone can, no. Maybe like just a warm brown. Well, I guess I'm gonna try with a warmer brown. Picking up these shades right here. Let's mix them here. Kind of going wherever it looks like a bruise. This here it really looks like a bruise. So don't put too much purple eyeshadow as you're contouring. You want to make it cool toned because you're gonna have to compensate with a warmer brown. It's extra work for nothing. I mean, it's been a while since I did this because it's really a lot of work. I usually just go in with powders. I mean, when I'm skinny, it really does everything that I need. But If I'm slightly overweight than what I'm used to usually, then I really need this technique to kind of look like myself. And this technique is really takes too much work. But if you want to look again like a supermodel with the super snatched cheekbones, you can bring it all the way down here, and it's gonna look like you had the buccal fat removal. You can even bring more depth to the very bottom. It's gonna create a buccal fat removal kind of thing. Let's see. You can kind of drag the shadow and higher here too. Do a little bit more of that blush. Tiny bit more of this warmer brown. Maybe even the yellow orange right here to make the cheekbones stand out. Ooh, sunset kind of vibes. Yeah. Now it's up to you how you're gonna cover it up with powders. This part really wants some practice. Actually, I can just take this and some powder and just sweep it off overall to just tone it down a little bit, because it's a bit too much in general. Especially on this side, it's just a bit way too much. Powder puff. And making it look symmetrical is another complication here. Overall, I feel like I did a decent enough of a job. Now, obviously, it's not the most symmetrical. You can always do something about it. Yeah, but then if I'm gonna wear a wig and you're gonna like see this part kind of covered, look at how skinny my face looks. Like in the beginning of the video, it was like that. Now, if I just cover this part with hair, it kind of starts looking high. My face is super skinny. So now I guess it's only time for highlighter, and I'm going to take the Aryan Beauty, which it's gonna be in the haul as well, because look, I literally almost ran out. This is my favorite one because the shade Miss Mercury perfectly matches my skin tone, whether I'm wearing makeup or not. So it's just beautiful to make everything shine. Just let me show you here at the center of the neck. This is the Saks Fifth Avenue fan brush. Can you see it? Like, it's hard to see it shine. If I like had an open neck today, because like I can't wear the open neck right now because I'm tired, but it would make my whole thing shine. Let me show you here. Ooh. Now don't bring your highlighter too much down if you already did all this work to visually snatch your cheekbones. Cover up with a matte a little bit to mute down that highlighter. Then powder. Okay, mostly here. Wow, it really is shiny. Here's the highlighter. I could apply even more. Here's nothing. Now let's put it on the other side. Wee, can you see it? And now again, mute it down. Oops. Yeah. I mean, in person it does look crazy, but on camera again. So I'm like, okay, I really need something heavy on the eyes for this, and lips, for this to look like match. Kind. Can I even try to put a little bit of that blush, a little bit here, to at least bring it together, you know what I mean? Bring some redness. And where was this? Add a little bit more powder here, because I only have a little bit there. Make it a little bit more credible, I guess. Now, as you can see on the nose, I only had the courage to do the powder because I really don't need to do much on my nose. You can always go like here at the center to make your nose look a little shorter, and the highlighter on the tip in the center. And here I need to pick up more highlighter for the Cupid's bow. Now here's the highlighter. You can literally take it with a finger, because the Cupid's bow never wants to shine properly. There you go. Yeah, now I feel like I did enough. Wow, this was a lot. Now, of course, I didn't do all of this for nothing. I'm gonna keep filming, but it's gonna be a different video where I do my eyes and lips. So either subscribe if it didn't come out yet, or go watch it, you'll find it on my channel. But either way, please subscribe to my channel. Put a like, comment something down below. I actually want to know what you think about my videos, but also to drive the algorithm a little crazy and wild, because I really need that. As you can see, my channel is brand new, and your every single comment matters, literally, to support my channel so much you don't even imagine. It has a lot of weight. So yeah, if you're watching, just liking the video and writing a comment and sharing it. I mean just copying the link and pasting it into your browser so it opens. It helps so much, you can't even imagine. So thank you very much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this crazy life hack of contouring with the high contrast. Now it doesn't even look like a bruise anymore. You know what? I'm looking in the mirror and it actually is looking decent, you see. But if there wasn't that liquid underneath, this whole powder would be looking so ugly, just like, you know, like sandpaper on your face. Literally. But if you leave just the liquid and set it with powder, then you can still see that it's kind of splotchy, because it's impossible to blend it out perfectly, right? Yeah, it's impossible, because once you set it with powder, you see what you've done actually. Then you go in with the powder to cover up, but you have that liquid underneath. So this, if you're going for a photo shoot, for an event, for anything, it's gonna stay there. Even if you do a billion of touch-ups, still you're gonna have this underneath peeking through and having super snatched cheekbones. You can actually see. And imagine that now I'm looking in the monitor and I see my face. It's looking almost like it used to look. I'm probably gonna put a picture here when, before I gained this extra weight. 20 pounds, literally extra. And before, when I used to weigh less, my normal weight, actually it used to be even easier to breathe for me. Now I'm trying to lose the weight, because I really feel like I'm carrying a backpack of 20 pounds, but I can't take it off because it's part of my body. So I just can't help it. I need to get rid of this extra weight. But if I look at myself right now, my cheekbones really remind me of the cheekbones I used to have. But those ones that you see on the picture, I didn't do anything. Like the maximum that I could have done in that picture is just taken a tiny bit of bronzer and going over like that. Literally nothing at all. So yeah, if you want like 20 pounds less on your face, regardless of how much you weigh or whatever, or to deep puff again, this technique is absolutely great. And the video might have been long, but if you watched it, you caught on to how it works. You try it out 1, 2, 3 times. At the fourth and fifth times, you're gonna be perfect at it. The thing is that you don't have to do this every day, just for like a special occasion, because it is a lot of work. Honestly, like taking a contour stick, it's much easier, but even that is extra work. You might as well just use a little bronzer and it's gonna look perfect. Because it really doesn't do much difference, like wet contouring, unless it is super high contrast like this, it really doesn't make a difference. It doesn't snatch your cheekbones, you know what I mean? It really doesn't. Not much. Not to the point of literally like taking 20 pounds off of your face. Nothing works like this method does. So give it a try, and of course, you might have been offended by this video, but I didn't mean to, and I clearly understand this. So I want to say that if your skin tone is actually really dark and the concealer that I used would be like a little too dark for you, but still, you know what I mean? In your case, like you can still use that dark concealer for contouring. It's gonna be still better than a contour stick, first of all, because the formula of concealer is gonna do a better job, because the contour stick is going to kinda go everywhere and it's gonna be so soft, whereas this is snatched, it's a line. This is what you want, like angle, line. Otherwise it's there, but it's kind of like a bronzer, you know what I mean? Kind of everywhere. And actually, if your skin tone is super dark, you do the same thing that I did, but in reverse, meaning that you take a much lighter concealer than you need, and you go into your T-zone, nose, eyes, here, chin, these parts, and you leave this natural, and you add your usual kind of like bronzer or whatever it is, blush, and it's gonna do the same effect basically. And remember to add a little bit at the center of the neck, so it really snatches the neck as well. Right here, not here, but from here and down, and blend it out well. It will still take off 20 pounds off of your face. So it's not about talking skin color or anything. It's not about this. It is about snatching the face and removing insecurities in the most efficient way possible, at least that I know of in makeup. I hope that you like this video. I hope that you understand my point and that you're not offended, because this is not what I mean. And thank you very much for watching. Subscribe to my channel again. I wish you all the best. See you in the next video. Bye.